Welcome to project number 20 for this fabulous little 4x4 incredibly cute envelope that has a little magic pocket on the front, so you can pop a gift card, a message or some words of encouragement in there, whatever you want, and it's optional, you don't have to have it. Very easy to put together and fabulous to have a really cute little 4x4 envelope for all the cute little 4x4 cards you might want to make. Very easy, so exactly as we've been doing all the way up to now, we're removing template number 20 from our template library, and you can see that for 20 envelope with liner and pocket for a 4x4 card, we need the envelope base, one sheet of 8.5 by 11, the envelope liner, one sheet of 8.5 by 11, and then optional pieces for the mats and layers and the pockets. So once you've got that ready, you can watch this video or you can refer to your recipe card booklet where you've got the picture of the project and then on the reverse all of the step-by-step instructions with photograph and words to show you how to put that together. So your choice is to watch this video or use your recipe card, whichever you prefer. So once you've decided and you've got your template and the cardstock that you want to work with, then you're ready to go. For envelopes, I do like to use paper rather than card. I just feel it feels better. I think 180 GSM, 200 GSM is the highest I would go to, but equally I have made them from 300 GSM, so it will work on cardstock too. It just depends what you want to create and whether you're putting it in the post or whether you're handing it over. It's entirely up to you. So trace around the periphery of your envelope with a pencil using a light touch. And remember not to use a biro, a marker, a fine liner, anything permanent unless you're happy that those permanent lines will be visible on your finished project, because you won't be able to erase them. I use a pencil because I can erase them. So I've gone around the periphery and now I'm looking for wherever there is a score line. And I'm putting the score lines in. If you move it, just take, like I did there, just take some time to make sure that you put your template back so all of the pencil lines are visible, and they are. There we go, score line, score line, score line. The mats and layers I'm not going to worry about because you can decorate your envelope later. At this point you've got a choice, so these little lines here that I'm just going to mark and show you are your liner, envelope liner lines, which we will do in a second. I sometimes like to trace them on my envelope outer because what it helps me do later is position my liner in the perfect place, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So that's not essential right now, but it can be helpful. So it's up to you whether you do it. And then I am going to make a pocket, so I'm going to trace my pocket as well. So I'm going around all of the outside lines and I'm going along my score lines. Okay, so once you've done that for your envelope outside, you're going to do exactly the same for your envelope liner. And this time you're just going to use these inside lines and draw pencil lines around all of those, which I've already done on this one, which I'm hoping you can see. You can see that there? There we go. So you can see those pencil lines there. Okay, and when you've done that, you're then going to cut them out. So I have got those already cut to show you. So I've got my envelope, I've got my pocket, and I've got my liner all cut out. Okay, so move those pieces out of the way. And I just want to show you quickly with the liner, that's how useful it will be to get the liner in the correct place on your envelope, because you can see where you're going to position it. If you're happy eyeballing, eyeball, but if you want that guide, just trace the inside line on the outside of your envelope and it'll help you with positioning the liner perfectly. Okay, so once you've got all of your pieces, we're going to score. So to score, we take our scoring tool, we line our vertical lines up against a line on our mat. This is helped by the straight lines here for where the envelope goes together. So I'm just making sure that that straight line and this straight line are parallel to this line running along my mat. When I've got those in the lovely straight position, I then put my tool on the line I want to score, bring my ruler in and score. And that'll get me lovely precise score lines. And you're going to do that on your envelope outer, your envelope liner and your pocket. So once they're all scored, we're ready to start assembling. And burnished, so scored and burnished, let me just say. So we've scored it, and then we need to fold in and burnish the lines, always burnishing. So that's folded. A run with the thumb isn't enough. You need to take your bone folder and give that line a good burnish. Excuse me, which gives you nice, crisp, precise folds. Very important for an envelope. Once you've done that, you'll have all of your pieces ready to assemble. So I've scored and burnished all the lines on my envelope, my liner and my pocket. I like to use a little bit of... Now, can I just say as well, if you forgot to put your positioning lines on your envelope and you really want them, there's nothing to stop you bringing your template back in at that point and lining it up on the piece where you drew around it to cut it out. So lining it up on there and then going back in with your pencil and drawing your positioning lines. Nothing to stop you doing that at all if you do forget. Of course you can. I'm just going to eyeball mine. So I'm going to have some tape here, and this is a good top tip for getting everything lined up lovely. I then fold my envelope together, so make sure it's pointing in the same direction, which it is. I fold all of the pieces and then stick the square in the middle. See, I already had put my tape down, and that means I can get that in a great position. And now I can go out and I can see that it's beautifully all the way around. That is just the easiest way. If you take the big piece and try and do this to get it glued in the right place, you're going to end up with all of this happening. You might not, you might be great. I would end up with all of that happening. So that's why I like to do the square in the middle first, and then all I need to do is fold down the flaps, pop a little bit of tape in, and I'm good to go. Now I'm good to assemble my envelope, and it's up to you. I like to put the two sides in and then the top up to make my envelope. So once I've got my two sides in and they're burnished, I then just put a little bit of tape here and here and bring my top up, and then that's ready to fold down and my envelope would be complete. You've got your little pocket, which is to go on the front, and you've folded and burnished in all of your lines. So you've cut it out, fold and burnish in all of your lines, and that means that's then ready to receive your glue, your tape pen. I turn it the right way, so this is the outside facing the right way out, and then that allows me to run my tape precisely on those sides without getting any on the inside. And then when I fold that up, choose where I want it on my envelope. You can put it high or low, stick it down, and you've got your nifty little pocket on the front. If you make it in your pretty Christmas colours and decorate it with a pretty liner, and then your little pocket maybe with a stamped message or a sentiment in there, makes a unique and different little gift, I think, and perfectly sized for your 4x4 cards.